Oh my goodness, this nigga's still talking.
Just talking podcast. Nah, doctor in front of it, if you want. And I got me a little guesty guest.
You know how we coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm back in this bitch again. This is Johnny. If you want to call me the kid, you can do that. I don't go by that. Or I go by, I don't know, some. You can piece together whatever you want. I probably go by that shit.
Mm.
But welcome back. Thank you for having me back, I should say. I don't know why I'm trying to introduce this shit saying welcome back. But yeah.
No. You talking to the audience, bro. You telling them welcome back. All right.
Hey,
Welcome
welcome
back to
back.
the Just Talking.
Hey.
We have a little show. It's nothing. Not well. I guess if what do you think? You think charity fraud is crazy? I was about to say nothing crazy, but I guess when you really think about
Hey, I enjoy it a little bit. Not doing it, but just, you know. That shit
it.
is.
Oh, lie! You started that off. You said I enjoy it. I was like, huh?
My bad.
You enjoy frauding charities?
Hey, man. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, you gotta get it how you can get it, bro. I feel that.
Exactly. But nah, charity fraud is definitely something crazy. If y'all listening, please don't commit that because that's a lot of work,
Hey,
first off.
don't
And
get
like,
caught at least.
exactly, yeah. I don't give a fuck what you do. As long as you ain't get caught, I didn't see shit.
Yeah, and you don't try and like say that we do not condone charity fraud on this podcast.
If
But
the
if you're
NS
going, to do it,
if the
I'm not telling you
NSA
to do
or
it.
FBI here, I didn't say that shit. He didn't say that shit. You didn't hear shit.
That's what I'm saying. But on the topic of charity fraud, however that
Yeah.
what we got for y'all is there's a couple of YouTubers who have a little not drama, not EB, just a little bit of legal disagreement. We got Jirard Khalil,
It's a
otherwise
government
known
thing.
as the Completionist.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
So that's the government. He dropped it.
Yeah, I have to. I think
You
gonna
right.
get in trouble by the government.
We are looking at some important financial documentation, so legal should be used
That's what
respectfully.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, we have that. We have him, and then we also have Mutahar, Some Ordinary Gamers, his YouTube channel, and they're having a little bit of a debacle issues, one could say. So, I guess to stop beating around the bush, Mutahar accused Jirard Khalil for basically having charity fraud. To just
Yeah.
go over it quickly, we're gonna watch certain portions of the video. To just go over it quickly. Jirard Khalil has a charity called Open Hands Foundation. He made it, according to him, because of the passing of his mom, who suffered from dementia. And he wanted to create this charity in order to um, help other people who are struggling with dementia. He's had this charity, I want to say, since 2014. That's when the inceptions happened. But and usually it was correlated with an event that he planned called Indieland, as well as a golf tournament that he also had planned. But where he would have various companies, various users who were watching it through live streams on Twitch or YouTube, just donate to him. And with those donations, he said that he was working with various dementia charities in order to have this money placed in the right or put in the right hands. However, some ordinary gamers or Mutahar went through the records with one of his pals. Do you remember his the friend's name?
Wasn't it like Karl Jobst
Yeah,
or something like
It was
that?
Carl something. Carl's video. So Carl also made a video. I want to say
Oh, there was another set.
Yeah. The other set I didn't really go into. I felt like
Oh,
Mutahar's
okay.
videos was more than enough, and
He talked about him a little bit too, so he probably like took some information and like put his shit together. So
that's what
I
I'm
feel that.
saying.
Yeah,
So I
we
don't.
probably chilling.
At least from what Mutahar was saying, it didn't seem like there was anything else that he needed. That we needed from
All
Carl.
the money goes
If
to Open Hand
anything,
Foundation.
if anything, Carl seems to actually make his videos a lot shorter, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. So if I
Oh
would
shit.
argue whether or not, if you want the full like story, like tax breakdowns and everything after this podcast, I would definitely recommend going to Some Ordinary Gamers and looking on his YouTube channel. He has about 3-4 videos on it. Or if you just want a quick one, Karl Jobst on YouTube, 900. I didn't even. That's crazy. Almost 1 million subscribers. Congratulations,
Hey,
indeed.
good shit, bro.
Hey,
Good
yo,
shit.
wait. Side note, real quick. You seen
What's
them
up?
joints on Twitch where like the titties just
Huh? What you be watching on Twitch, bro? I
nah.
don't
Whoa,
know.
whoa, 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 whoa,
I
whoa,
have not seen.
whoa, 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 whoa. Not too much. Not too much. We can do a few. There can be a future episode on this, but just for people who didn't know, Twitch has now allowed artistic nudity to
Oh, I
be on
did
their
peep that.
platform. Twitch has
Big T it
also
was.
allowed new dances in the form of twerking, grinding, and pole dancing on their platform. So before anybody starts blaming me and starts calling me a horny boy, no, it's not that. This is what is being promoted on Twitch's platform, and there are women who are showing the top part of their titties, and
Yo,
they move left and right. They let their titties flap together and make clapping noise. All right, don't play with a nigga. It's not me.
sign up Boogie2988 right now. He'll get his money.
Man, that nigga don't even got no money to give. That's a. You see the documentary?
Bro, I forgot the documentary dropped. I watched the other day. One of the financial people I watched, he audited his finances, bro, and they was bro, shit was bad.
Auditing his finances, crazy.
Yo, that shit was. It was like a 2-hour video though. I ain't gonna lie, but
Yeah. Nah,
shit was
I've
wild.
seen other people reacting to this documentary, and everybody was like, "Dang, bro, we feel bad for you, but it's your fault."
Only thing I seen was the interview. That shit was insane.
Yeah. Wait, you talking about the job one, the job interview?
Yeah,
Oh my
when he was
god.
like, "Who's gonna hire this pedophile?" I said, "Bro,
Oh
she asked, what was your first name?"
yeah, this nigga was volunteering information that he did not need to volunteer. He was on some freak shit. That was
Shit was insane, bro. I mean, I'll go lie. He definitely, if you did look up some of the stuff, I'm not saying it wouldn't be there, but like, you
nah,
know,
because he said it was allegations too. He was all like, "Oh yeah, if you look up my name on the internet, you might see some stuff on pedophilia. You might see." I was like, "Why are you telling these niggas now? Let them find out if they want to do their research."
exactly, bro. If they ask you about it, just say, "Well,
Like
whatever."
she
Bro.
not even your job like she are just a recruiter. She's just trying to help you find a job.
Exactly.
So she's not even the job. You telling them all your bad. You know how jobs be like, what's your worst trait? Or what's your best trait and what's your worst trait?
Yeah,
My
I
best
hate that
trait
question.
is that I'm very hardworking. My worst trait is that I might be a pedophile. Like,
Hey, they teach us in school and shit. They say you always gotta spin a negative into a positive. I don't know how he would do that, but
I was about to say, I was like, you got one?
hell nah.
Hey, all right,
There
all
ain't
right.
nothing.
Don't kill me, but let me try real quick. Let me spit real quick.
Been away, bro.
I like. Nah, never mind. I was the moment I started off with I like, I was like, that's
That's
a crazy
that
clip for me right
that's what I was saying too. Because I was like, there was one I feel like I was like thinking for a second, but like I was like, nah, I'm good. Oh, but shit.
now. All right, let's go back to this charity fraud shit.
Let's tap it. Let's tap it. Forget Boogie, bro. he,
Nigga about
he
to
coming
blame
for us
me.
both now.
Yeah, that's all right. Real quick, I'll let Mutahar talk a little bit about it, and then we're gonna like forward through to certain parts of his video.
Money to.
So let's start it from the beginning.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar. I'm going to start you off with a question. When you donate to a charity live stream and that money leaves your bank account and it goes to the charity, do you expect that money to actually be going to the charity that you're donating to, or do you expect it to sit in a...
Hey, wait. Quick question.
What's up? Yeah.
Do you expect it to go to a charity, or do you expect it to sit in the bank? Be completely honest. Because if I'm gonna be honest, I already don't trust most charities. I don't know if that's a hot take.
No, I don't think so. I feel like there's been a few charities. I'm not gonna say a decent amount. I feel like it's a decent amount, but I'm not gonna say that just in case, that have like been known to do some shady shit. Not everyone's,
Yeah, and then like a lot of the incentives to quote unquote have a charity are kind of like, for example, the reason why McDonald's and Wendy's and a whole bunch of these other places what they do is that they make other people donate. They don't match the donation, and they use other people's money to get tax benefits from them donating to charity. Because once they give the money to McDonald's, it technically becomes McDonald's money. McDonald's, quote unquote, the one donating to charity. So they get write-offs.
Confirm or deny, but I know what you're talking about. I can't remember. I looked into it, and there was like two different. That was one of them. That's the one I feel like that's what's happening. But there's
that's for sure the one with, at least for a lot of fast food places. I don't know if. So I'm not saying that fast food places 100% hold it, but they definitely. I definitely believe that they take a quote unquote processing fee they probably don't need to do. I definitely believe it.
Well, I do know for a fact, I know you probably know this too, but like when you use your card, there's always a fee anytime. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but like your card always has a fee attached to it. Is that what you're talking about or no?
Nah, I was talking about their charity. You know how like McDonald's has like their own charities, and they say, oh yeah, put your change in the charity. Like they don't say it, but like they'll have the charity thing there. So if people want to put their change in there, they can.
Yeah, for the Ronald McDonald Fund.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald. So that's what using it by having a charity, you can qualify for tax cuts.
Yeah.
Or through donations in general, through donations to charity and everything, you qualify for tax cuts. There's a reason why a whole bunch of like billionaires and like entrepreneurs end up making their own charities so they can have better control of the funds.
Funnel that bitch through.
Yep. And because of that, it ends up leading to a lot of miscellaneous whereabouts for that money because they don't 1,000% have to be accounted for. Now, for charities like this, for like the Completionist, it's a little bit easier because it's a lot smaller. You can kind of see where the income sources are, especially since he ends up like self-reporting on himself with the way he puts it out there. I just wanted to like add that because I do think I will say this is like, at least for me, my perspective is gonna come from the caveat of me already not trusting various charities.
I feel you. I'm taking it. I'm taking it kind of like, I guess, my approach is more, I guess, the audit side, the accounting side, because that's like what I dabble with. But I'm also like kind of like more with you at the same time with that too, because I don't trust them O's. I feel like they be capping half the time. Because I think I was talking about the roundup thing. That like I don't know if that I thought that's what you were referring to when like you go to like a store.
Oh yeah,
like, do you want to round up?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The only other one I remember when you were talking is what you were mentioning, where they'll keep the cash and then they'll donate it like year end or something like that.
Yeah,
like a lump sum.
The roundup stuff is a little bit more. It's the same. It's literally the same thing, but more recent. That's like digital version.
Yeah,
I was just in my head. I was just thinking about the Ronald McDonald one, just because that was the one that like, I remember seeing the most. Yeah,
because you be at McDonald's every day. I feel you, bro.
All right, chill out.
No, you good? Because I be shit. I got recognized at Taco Bell.
I'll say when I was younger, I was definitely like middle school era. Because like a nigga, I was a transfer student, so it was like me and
Yeah.
my siblings would get off the bus, and then we would have to walk like a little bit less than a mile to like my aunt's shop, and walking there, it was a McDonald's. We were definitely
Nah,
hitting that joint a little bit. Oh,
that should stand out. That should stand out.
I mean,
Hey,
nah, we hit a lot of very because there was like a Dairy Queen, there's a Long John Silver's. We walked into that bitch, and then we walked out. Like,
oh, I'm at the donation thing, but yeah, no, I
oh,
feel you on that. Yeah,
I
like
thought
when
you were
you go to
talking about the
McDonald's, it's like,
McDonald's stands out. I was like,
nah,
yeah,
nah.
it's a big gold arch.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the Taco Bell story after this shit, because I don't want to get you off track, but that shit was wild. I'm not gonna lie.
You gonna talk about your order, your specialty order?
No, I got recognized
Oh yeah.
by the employee, bro. Shit was- but it was bad though.
All right. I kind of want to hear it. Just go ahead.
I got you, bro. All right,
Well,
so
we'll-
boom.
Well, after this story, we're gonna tap. I promise to this audience, we're gonna tap into the actual topic first.
Bro, I didn't even, yeah, this shit had me. I'm still stunned to this day. This shit was like a month ago, too. I haven't,
I thought this was old.
nah, I ain't been back to Taco Bell since. Actually, it's a lie. I just went to a different one, but you can see why.
Oh shit, this thing was frighteningly big.
So if y'all don't know, you could order on the Taco Bell app. When you go order on the app, you know, you could be like your own chef, customizing shit, whatever. So I'll be having a field day sometimes. But anyway, my order, when I paid all that shit, I went to go pick it up. I think it was a cool like 16. I was munching that day. Not gonna lie, I was eating good. So I pulled up to the window, and normally when you pull up to the window, they'll say like, hi, how are you doing? What can I get for you or whatever. And then from that point on with the app, you just say, hey, I ordered on the app. They pull it up on their side, and they're like, cool, pull up to the window. That didn't happen this time. I pull up. I'll have my window down because it was a cool, brisk night. It wasn't too bad. So I pull up, have my window down. I'll have my mouth open to just, it sounds crazy. I was gonna say like to say something. Before I could get a word out, dude says, oh, you Johnny? Hey, bro, pull up to the window. We got you. I said, fuck. I said, how you recognize me in my car? It is 10 o'clock at night, first off. One of them saw me in the camera and said, God, this man back. So I pull up to the window. I pull up to the window. He got his head out the window for a fist bump. Like I just
Back again.
I just wanted the chip. But they coming up. And I'm the MVP. I'm LeBron in this bitch. So I'm sitting there, and then me and him we joking about it for a second, and then I kind of realized I was like, "Yo, that's big as fuck. That's like they shouldn't be recognizing your face, bro. I ain't been back
They
since,
recognize your vehicle.
He said, "Ah, shit." Hey, all hands on deck.
Yeah, nah, they seen that order come in through the app. They said, Johnny.
I know that man was waiting, but granted, I did see him every weekend, like for like a few weeks, because shit, I be hitting Taco Bell consistently sometimes, like once a week or something like that. That's how I was running it, and so he was always there. But like, I didn't think we'd have that kind of connection.
Bro, you a regular now.
Shit, I want to test it. If I
Bro,
ever
they
get
might
Taco Bell, I'll
put
let you
put
know.
your picture up on the wall, be like
Oh,
star
fuck.
customer of the month.
I'm trying to win Rookie of the Year. I'm not gonna lie.
And nigga, you putting up Wilt numbers in rookie year.
Hey, I ain't seen anyone do it like me. They had to learn the name quick. They got probably got the rookie card, autograph and everything.
Your rookie card will go crazy. Your nickname would be Big Eater.
I'm gonna have that framed. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna display it for. I'm gonna bring it in. Shit.
You show it all. You like, you got a rookie card? They gonna turn it around and be like, Big Eater.
At least they know how we get down though, right? Hey, shit. Let them
because
know.
I eat up the competition.
Exactly.
Pause.
Donations.
You're gonna have to say pause after that though.
Hey, I just let them know I be eating. I'm a munch.
You a month?
You know, hey, I'm munching anything. Wait, hold on. Time out. Because I was still just talking about food. I ain't gonna lie, but and then I realized, man, it's probably not the best thing to say, but hey, shit. Fraud. So the fraud.
So this guy committing fraud, right?
Hey, my fault, bro. My fault. I had to,
Right,
we had to
nah,
take
let-
a little. We had to go
We'll
down a
let,
little
we'll let
side
this
path.
man with the baseball cap. We
Had
said-
to. Exactly.
Is that a? I won't lie. Is that a Spider-Man shirt? Why do you got a spider on?
Hey, bro, he trying to flex a little bit. I don't know. Maybe trying to say, shit, I'm not afraid of spiders. I don't know. I was trying to think of a joke.
I guess
ain't
I
fit.
don't know. Maybe he was playing that new Spider-Man game.
Hey, I heard that shit got snubbed.
No,
But that's a different. Exactly.
bank account for years. What do you think is the more logical option? Do you want your money to go that year, or do you want it to just sit in a bank account doing nothing to help a cause that you firmly believe in? Well, that's the question we're looking into today.
I'm gonna speed this up a little bit.
The YouTuber
though.
that we're actually discussing
Okay,
is
bro, you
known
good, bro.
as the Completionist. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering, who is the Completionist? The Completionist is one of the more popular gaming channels. He's been around for a long time, and he makes some pretty awesome gaming content. What the Completionist also does beyond make interesting gaming content is run something known as Indieland, an actual yearly event where industry veterans, independent gaming companies, big brands like Corsair and G Fuel, and some of the best influencers in the game all converge together to help raise money for charity. Indieland is there to fight against dementia. Now, if you go to the big donate page over here, you'll find out that they work with the Open Hand Foundation. And this foundation was founded to honor the memory of Jirard Khalil, the completionist mother who ended up losing her life in a fight against frontotemporal dementia. And of course, all the condolences for sure. But when we looked into this charity, one of the biggest red flags showed up, and that was the Open Hand Foundation. Now, while it is a 501c3 charitable organization, tax-free, all designed for public charity, we wanted to look into this organization with a much more in-depth look, because we found something a little unsavory. And by we, I mean Karl Jobst and me. We were working on the story together, and the actual results are very damning. So ladies and gentlemen, when we looked at the Open Hand Foundation, they said, together, let's make a difference. And of course, the philosophy is, the more you receive, the more you give. The more you give, the more you receive. Life gives and life takes. And of course, if you look at their donation, they say that your gift will contribute to vital research for a cure for this devastating disease. Now, of course, they list benefactors like the University of California, San Francisco.
These benefactors, just to like give the audience something, these benefactors are going to be important later.
Hey, yo. Hey, Nana, you trying to pause real quick?
The audio.
Yeah, I can't. It's like everything's frozen. Like the video's not moving.
Oh,
I can't hear it.
Just to pause real quick. These benefactors are going to be important later.
University of California, San Francisco. I assume it's from San Francisco. Typos usually aren't a good sign when it comes to situations like this, but on their events page, they appear to have two events that help raise money for this charity, which is the Convenience Cup Challenge and, of course, Indieland. Which, ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to look even further into where this money that was raised by Indieland was going. See, in the news, you would just read that Indieland, for instance, in 2021, raised more than $100,000 for dementia research, which is crazy awesome. Over the weekend, annual live streaming event raised more than $100 grand for charity, organized by YouTube star Jirard Khalil, aka The Completionist. And of course, it's the same story that you'll find on other websites like Dual Shockers, which again says in 2022 they raised $80K for dementia research. And of course, these are massive news articles to see. It's feel-good stuff. But this is where I feel like these news sites should have dug a little bit deeper, because what me and Karl found was very questionable. All right, so how do you vet a charity yourself, ladies and gentlemen? To vet a charity,
My fault. I'm going to cut a little bit of this out.
Okay.
Just because y'all don't Y'all don't really need to. I mean, look, I'm not saying you don't need to learn how to vet a charity, but that's not what's important. All right.
It's more about the allegations.
Yeah, we just want to get the info. So what we're going to skip is that he ends up looking through a lot of the tax filings, the accounting paperwork.
And the pattern became even more interesting.
Well, for some reason, taking a little
$7,000, $600.
But he starts looking at the various expense reports that they put on their profits, and it starts not all. It's like this. The thing's not 2 + 2 is not equaling 4.
Damn. That's it, bro. That should probably equal X.
You'll think that. It's Y. See, it equals Y. Why are they doing this? Why is this happening? Why are you not donating to dementia research? What happened to your? Why are you doing this in your mother's name?
Damn, bro.
You're not really doing that shit.
That's the part that get me. But the fraud triangle, that shit real. That shit real.
I'll say, I mean, you gotta like put that stuff in, not got to, but it makes people want to donate more because it's
Yeah. No, 1,000%, bro.
it gets
Especially
the
like
emotional
dementia.
See that at the beginning of the year,
Dementia
they had
fucked up. I personally haven't experienced it, thankfully, but like I've heard stories, and that's something I never want to have to like experience because that shit is nah.
I already be having memory issues. I can't imagine more. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to function. I don't know if I'm functioning like that now.
Hey, bro, I think you're doing good so far.
We can only hope. We can only pray.
Hey, there you go.
All right. Let's hear a little. I'm gonna play a little bit of him talking about the 2018 filings, and then we're gonna go straight into the interview that him and Karl actually had before they decided to release it.
$66,000 that they started off with and $94,000 in the bank. So then administrative expenses. How much did they spend in contributions paid? $0. And of course, you can see that at the beginning of the year, they raised in that year. Then they went down and apparently spent.
Is it fucking up for you too?
What the
Yeah.
in what way?
I feel like it replayed kind of twice.
Hold on, did you pause it again?
Yeah, wait. I know I didn't. Let me. Yeah, this is a little.
Then
bit
we
better.
decided to go.
I think it was like set up as a clip.
Hold on, I think the
all
audio
way
just
to the
changed though.
year
I can't hear the video now.
2016, and the pattern became even more interesting. $40,000 they raised in that year. Then they went down and apparently spent
No, this shit's not
$11,599 in.
Oh damn.
Yeah, you're trying to click it. Damn.
You said you can't hear it still?
I can like if you talking, I can hear it, but if you're not talking, I can't hear it.
Let me change.
Like it just happened out the blue, so I don't know if it was
Administrative expenses. How much did they
Perfect.
spend in
Perfect.
contributions paid? $0. And of course, you can see that at the beginning of the year, they had $66,000 that they started off with and $94,000 in the bank. So then we went to the year 2017. And if you can imagine the pattern, they made $31,000. They spent $11,000, still paid $0 in contributions or grants to these charities, and started with $94,000 and ended with $115,000. Then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, 2018 rolls. They make $113,000 in contributions, in revenue. They spend $14,144 in operating expenses. Then, of course, they still pay out $0 in contributions, starting the year with $115 in the bank, ending it with $215,028 in the bank. 2019 rolls around. They make $123,000. They spend $12,394 in
All right, I feel like we kind of got the gist of that, like that, where they're failing to make correct reporting.
Well, the reporting, everything in the files are fine. They're just what he's saying is they should be donating the money, but like the actual tax information is fine. Because I've audited a 990 before, and stuff like this isn't uncommon.
Okay. I think it was.
Nah, you good, buddy.
It's in a different area.
He did say there wasn't signatures, which I would say that is an issue. Like tax returns need to be signed. The one thing he did say is he doesn't know if they would display the signatures. That I also don't know if they would display that online. But typically with the yearly financial reportings that you can find on the SEC's website, they'll have signatures from their BOD. So like if you go to like Twitter's, or I guess I should say X, you'll have Elon's signature in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if the IRS like would want to display the signatures, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they said we don't display it. So I don't know. I guess that one's kind of up in there.
Okay. Good thing you got an accounting.
Nah, bro, I just be chilling. I just be fucking with numbers.
For this portion, this is the first part of the interview that Mutahar Karl had for Jirard. Play this.
There's a bit more. This is still money that's sitting in their account. Now, me and Karl actually started a conversation with Jirard to get his side of the story, and he confirms that the money is still sitting in the account.
To answer your question, Karl, I don't have an answer. You know, I think that's my fuck up. I have personally donated to AFTD and Alzheimer's Association over the years, and that's where, again, I assumed the money was going there to support them as we were talking negotiations about working with them. I don't really have a true answer for that, and that's on me completely, and I will own up to that. But, you know, again, it doesn't fucking matter. You guys are going to say what you're going to say, and I can't stop it. But the important thing is that all the money is still in the account. None of it's spent erroneously. It's all above board. Like it's not hiding in a Cayman account or anything like that. Yeah, and that's the thing about 501Cs is that, like, if I did any of that, the minute I did any malpractice of that nature, literally the government would be like, hey, we're coming after you. And that's, you know, at least legally speaking, everything's above board. And I understand that the question isn't so much legality and so much more about morality in, you know, me advertising this event and showing people sponsors and all that stuff.
Now, I think it's quite interesting to almost make it sound like this is about to be some crazy drama story, when in reality, this isn't some tabloid journalism we go for. I kind of find a weird insinuation of that a little bit insulting for me and my colleagues like Karl, people like CoffeeZilla, people like Barely Sociable, who do deep dives and investigative pieces on situations like this.
I guess what I'm asking you guys is, what do you want me to do as soon as possible? If it's like, hey, Jirard, we want you to shut up and take the L so we can make content, that's fine. If that's what you guys think is the way to go, to call it a scam, sure. But I'm not trying.
I don't, and you can also like tell me to stop and comment. I do think that's nasty. Like the way he's spinning it, and he actually does do it later as well. The way he's spinning it is where he knows he didn't like donate.
Oh yeah,
and he knows he should have been donating.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, no. If you guys want to, if you tell me what you want me to do, if you guys just want to make content, then I get it. You guys can just make content." I'm like, "Nigga, you know you did something bad. Why are you acting like they're just trying to profit off you?"
He was so hoping they didn't say donate it. He would, because whatever they said, if it wasn't donate, he would have been cool with it. He'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's just I don't understand. Like what is he? What, like, it's just so nasty to insinuate that. That's like telling the cops, "Man, you didn't arrest me because I killed 10 people. You arrested me just because just because you wanted to. You needed something. You just needed to get your fucking what is those joints called? The quotas up. You just need to get your quota. That's why you're arrested. Listen, you don't care about the 10 people I killed. You don't fuck with them.
Bro, it was the 9th one. That's when they drew the line. You were good up until then. You hit the quota.
We
And that's when they
get
had to
it.
their quota.
You hit your quota now.
Hey, I
real
will-
quick.
Yeah. What's up?
We could talk about I'll read off the definition of charity fraud since Mutahar has it up so easily. Charity fraud is when someone takes advantage of a charitable or nonprofit organization for their own personal gain. Fraud is defined as intentional deception, or misrepresentation made for personal gain. Defrauding a charity can be anything from falsely claiming to be a victim of the disaster in order to get money from the charity, to stealing donations from the collection tin, to setting up a fake charity and pocketing the donation. Fraudulent activity can also occur when people make dishonest or inflated claims about how much money they've raised or how much it's helped the cause. Some of the most common ways to commit charity fraud include pretending to be a charity or falsely claiming to be affiliated with a legitimate charity in order to solicit donations, and making false representations about the cause or the amount of money that will be given to that charity. And those two examples are actually what I think Jirard technically falls in.
I definitely would say for sure that first one.
Yeah, for sure
and
the first one.
Because what was it, the AFDA? Is that what
Yeah,
he said? They were donating
AFDA,
to?
and that wasn't even the only one. That was just like that's the more prominent one. He named off like 2 or 3.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he named. That's what I'm saying. I think he named off 3 to be exact. He named out 3 on Indie Land that he was already giving money to, or that he said that he was giving money to already, and the money that was already going to. But after looking, it seemed the money was still within the account. We can also put next portion of the interview to see.
Going to be more geared towards financing this organization's administrative costs versus actually helping Alzheimer's and contributing to the cure, then they should just tell you, why the fuck would you donate $35? Donate $35.
For a little bit of context, this portion is about whether or not. So his excuse was that he didn't want a good amount of his money to go to administrative costs. So that's why they had planned to hold the money in order so they could find the best places in order to donate and it can have the most effect on research and on the Alzheimer's issues and studies. So they wanted to avoid as much of the administrative costs as they could, according to Jirard.
I feel like that'd be rare anyway.
5,000.
Like regardless of who you donate to, I feel like you're gonna get hit with that anyway. Like even if
you're
find
gonna
a
get hit
killer.
with that for sure. You're gonna always get hit with that. I think what they're trying to do is that they're either trying to work with the organization in order to have that lowered, or they were trying to mostly it was just to have that lowered. It wasn't. They just didn't want a large portion of the money to go to it, especially since they were afraid that if you donate a large portion at once, that was possible. Or I think rather it's the opposite. If you donate small portions, a lot of the times those smaller portions don't really get. Not that they get administrative costs, but they don't get fund. They don't get what it's called. I don't want to say it's not funded, but I guess exhausted.
It's almost
towards
like
the actual research. It doesn't get funneled. That was the word. It doesn't get funneled to the actual research. It gets funneled more to like just cost.
Yeah, I would say like comparable if like someone was to give you $1 versus like $10 or $100. Like you would want 3,500. That's probably gonna get some more to stuff because you can do more with it. But like if you were to give me $1 I would say, cool, appreciate you, but like I'm probably just gonna hold on to that. Like I'm not gonna go out and like try and spend
Yeah,
that.
can't really do
That's
shit with.
exactly, yeah.
So for smaller amounts, for a lot of charities, those end up just being funneled directly to operation. Doesn't tend to actually go in studies and research, which in
Instead, that's going to
theory
matter
isn't the
more.
work.
See, the idea of this money going to a doctor's salary is, again, like, who do you think is going to do the research on this anyways? Of course it's going to go to salary for researchers, doctors.
I literally am about to like donate all this money today, and prior to that, earlier this week and the week before, and I've just been sitting here crippled trying to figure out the best way to handle this, because I felt like if I donated the money the minute you guys emailed me, it'd be a situation of, well, he's trying to hide it and he's admitting guilt by doing that. And I never felt that way, but I understand completely that you guys could easily argue that, and it would just make me look more like a scumbag. And you know, I just wanted, I want to do right by you guys and what you think. When you guys got the email and I said, please tell us about benefactors, that was genuine, because I haven't found a benefactor that I'm completely happy with. And I want to make sure that this money goes to a good cause in honor of my mom. And I'm upset that the conversations I've had haven't gone the way that I wanted. And I'm willing at this point to just donate the money to whoever. I want it to go in the right spot. I don't want it to go to some doctor's salary or some expense bill for a massive organization that it's not going to do anything for.
There's probably going to be administrative costs, but it doesn't mean that charities only function when you give them a lot of money. In fact, a lot of charitable donations are just drips and drabs that add up to serious amounts. And based on the filings, with over $600,000 sitting in an account, that's going to do an actual difference in the world. At least more difference than just sitting in a bank account anyways. Now again, Jirard will tell us how you make this right. And again, instead of worrying about how the internet perceives you after watching this video or this news story, you should just donate the money to the charities that you've said. Going back to their comment, they wanted to address the regulatory frameworks with which
This is a comment from the letter that was sent to Mutahar after they initially reached out to the Open Hand Foundation and to Jirard about the situation. But I would say that the letter didn't really add anything significant. It really was just like, tell us how you want us to fix our fuck up.
Can I
And
add
this
one
is the
piece?
reason why we have them. You said what?
Can I add one piece?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what I looked up the statistic for. So it's for me when I'm reading this as, for y'all that don't have your eyes on right now, it kind of seems like they're saying that if they mess up in any way, they'll be audited, and then if it's found that they fucked up and they're outside of their guidelines, they'll be kicked off of this 501c filing type of thing. Is that kind of how you interpret it too?
Yeah. My issues with that is that that's with assuming that the IRS is going to would randomly audit them specifically, and obviously it's not that the IRS wouldn't do that ever, but it's the likelihood of it happening to you or happening to them is low until something like all these videos came out and people were reporting for the IRS to look into it. Like, the issues with auditing is that sure you might, like, there are certain times where, like, yeah, you might not get caught. Like, and this is for anybody. I don't think, like, there are times where you might not get caught. But the issue is that when you get caught, that gives them precedent to start looking back and looking at some of the old shit as well. Because they're like, oh yeah, if you fucked up for this one, and it wasn't just a fuck up, like you were actually doing some bad shit, we're gonna look at some of the other stuff and see how long you were doing all this bad shit for. See how much we're gonna charge you for, how much we're gonna put you in jail for, based on it. So
Type shit.
I don't like, even though they say like they basically what I would say they're subject to it, and they say here are subject, but that doesn't mean that they're getting reviewed constantly.
That's what I was gonna say. So the statistic I looked up that I forgot, we learned it in school in tax class, but 0.4% of tax returns get audited each year. Now I think that's related to personal tax returns, not business tax returns, but still, it's a low percentage. Like
Yeah.
Nah was just saying, and on top of that, the IRS is like most accountants in the fact we don't like doing crazy amounts of work. I want something stupid easy. I can just listen to a podcast and get done. I don't want to have to think when I'm doing an audit. So, majority of the audits that will be done by the IRS are simple tax returns that it's probably just someone doing an extra deduction here that they probably shouldn't have done and things like that. So unless, like I was saying too, people report this probably would be swept under the rug for a while. And the other part about the IRS too is there's a statute of limitations on their audits. They can only look back up to 3 years. So say you were doing some fuck shit for like 20 years, hey, they can only get you for the last three. Now, hopefully, those were your biggest years, but yeah, it can be if you know what you're doing, you can definitely finesse a little bit, a little bit.
I actually did not know about the 3-year limit thing. I figured that there would be a limit. I didn't think it was only
Yeah,
3 years. For like 3 years, or I would
yeah,
assume that it should be like 5 years at least.
it's tough too because I had a client. I can't really get too much into the specifics, but were paying about $70,000 a year on non taxable income. And so when we audited them and caught that and let them know, hey, y'all are due like it really should have been almost 500,000 in tax refunds. We only get them, I think it was like 120, which don't get me wrong, isn't bad, but like it's like damn, what about my other 380,000 that I'm owed from the government? But nope, because it's out of the limitations.
That's that's crazy. That's why I want to find out. Good. You gotta find a good tax people, good tax really. It's like a
Hell
good
yeah.
doctor, bro. You can't like once you find them, you stay with them, and you can't really do without them.
Shit, I'm on TurboTax, so I'm not in that boat. But you
Yeah, I
spit.
mean,
I
I'm
ain't gonna
using
lie.
TurboTax right now too. For now, I'm not fully grown
But you spitting though, get a CPA, someone who knows their
yet.
shit. You be straight.
Yeah. But all right. So that's for the most part really it that I want to talk about, at least from this first video. There's like other portions of the interview. Actually, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play this last section from the video, which is basically a compilation. Pretty sure, or not a compilation, but him inviting a huge CEO into the building, and the CEO actually donating a major amount of money, just as an example for how many people or how big or how many people were willing to actually put in for doing this, and how many people he was lying to. Because throughout this entire time, he wasn't just saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to donate this to charity." He was saying they have been donating. They have been they have been working with these charities. He was listing those charities out by name, as we heard earlier, and as well as like getting sponsorships or not sponsorships, but getting help from other universities. That University San Francisco named earlier,
Yeah.
or getting grants from various people and organizations, or even in the golf tournament, where literally the golf tournament was sponsored by huge companies such as Monster, Pepsi. It was like so. We'll click into that.
You can't even spin that like you misspoke because had and have are such different
That's what I'm
things.
saying, and it's multiple clips.
That shit.
That's
Damn.
what I'm saying. That's why I be saying people be self snitching. Because if
Not dead ass.
I know I have the money within a certain league. I'm not gonna be chatting and continuously up to 2020. Because at
No,
least to his knowledge, and I don't think we're gonna go to a video that says it, but he said that he knew of it. I think by at least 2020 or 2021. That's when he
I feel
knew
like I
for a
remember that.
fact that all the money was in his bank.
Damn. And the one thing I want to add real quick, and
Not his
I
bank
think it.
account, but open. I misspoke. My fault.
Oh no, you good. But yeah, so I think they say it somewhere in one of the videos, but the money just sitting in the account is losing value too from inflation.
Yep.
And like, if he donated all that time, I'm not saying like it would have been like $900,000 equivalent worth of shit, but definitely probably would have had a little more buying power back then with like 110 in, I don't know, 2017 or something like that, or 2018. So
Yeah, no, 100%. It was actually, and if I don't know if I'll be able to find it, especially since
oh, someone calculated
it's
it.
a private community now. I don't even, I can't even see it anymore.
What the fuck?
I don't think it was always a private community. But basically, there was somebody on the Reddit page that
Hello, guys and gals.
there was somebody on the Reddit page that literally calculated how much value it had lost due to it.
Oh yeah, damn.
Like,
I
exactly.
believe it. I'm sure. I mean, now recently it's been crazy. So it's probably been, I would at least say like 5 figures, if not 6. That's my
Yeah.
guess.
It's really insane. I don't. Let me see if I can. I just want to see if I can. The Reddit thing. If not, we'll just go the next video. This is a 4-part, or technically 3.5 if you wanna. I don't know if you wanna count final portion, which would essentially be response that he had. But I would say that he made like 4 videos, excluding.
Yeah. And they're definitely detailed too. I think they're all like
They're
30 or
very
40
detailed.
minutes.
But
I always say too, anytime, because I have my own little pod too. I wasn't trying to shout it out, but I always say anytime you hear something from somebody, it's always do your due diligence, go look it up for yourself, and then that's when you make your decision. Don't just take somebody's shit saying it, even me or not. That's how I feel. Like, never take some shit at face value. Look into it a little bit for your own.
yeah, you right, but like, nah, listen to me. Don't listen to me, but listen.
Hey, I listen to you. I listen to you, bro. I sit down for you if you tell me.
All right, that's Nick.
Hey, I'll just let you know how we coming.
Yo, pause again.
Nah, I said some shit like that in my pod yesterday. I was recording because I'm gonna be gone, and I said something. I was like, "Yeah, come for me." I listened back. I said, "Bro, what the fuck was I talking about?" Hell no. I think I was trying to say like, "Don't come at me," but I don't know.
Oh my lord. Well, real quick, advertise your pod real quick. Tell these guys who you are.
In case y'all want to tap in and get financially fit, if you like hearing about anything financial, personal finance related, business related, or just some shit I want to talk about, then tap in my podcast. It's Financial Fitness on Spotify and YouTube. You see my jolly ass face and a button down with a purple ass background. Yeah.
Sure.
I appreciate the little promo clip.
I had to. All right. Now we're gonna play this portion where this CAO gives these guys money for their free ski.
People really close to me, so I've personally experienced it. And so when this, initiative kind of came across my desk, it was easy to approve. Also, just for context, I'm Brian Anderson. I'm the CEO of FlyQuest. I'm not sure I actually introduced myself here at the beginning. And great to meet everyone on the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Just really, really excited to help you guys out, participate. Thank you so much for using the space. And also wanted to do a quick announcement as well.
Sure.
FlyQuest is going to be supporting this initiative, not just for the space, but we're also going to be contributing $15,000 to the donations.
Wow.
Let's fire it off.
Wow.
Do you think he knew that the money that he gave from his organization just sat in an account when he popped the confetti? That's a question I want to see. What do you think the CEO of FlyQuest is going to think when he sees this whole situation unfold before his eyes? That's the most messed up thing in this entire situation too. But ignore the fact that this is a CEO donating a lot of money to, even average individuals who are giving money away in the chase of $2,000, right? From one user who said, "Jirard, it was a pleasure meeting you in Frasier with my buddy Airdorf a few months back. Big fan, thanks for supporting game devs like us. Dementia runs in my family as well. So Indieland always holds a special place in my heart. Distribute all the hot sauce y'all can handle. Protect Watts." Again.
Yo, that shit's so fucked. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. it's
Fuck.
it's really it's a really shitty situation to like kind of like even witness and talk about. To be completely honest with you, because it's
Yeah.
like, god damn, it's really like god. I think this
Yeah. No.
and like that and that's always been like a big issue I've had with charities was you don't know, you can never really be 100% sure what they're doing with the money, and even to
Mhm.
what Jirard said, where it's like a lot of the stuff end up you don't even know if it's going to end up supporting what you want to support. However, I feel like when you take the onus of like making a charity and doing stuff like that, it is your responsibility to make sure that shit goes to the right place. The fact that
Yeah.
you were holding it, um, he used it as expenses for sure for Indieland. Um, and then what will be talked about later, or to be honest, I'll probably talk about it now, just kind of so we don't have to go back to that portion of the video.
Yeah.
But because well, if he has it, but essentially there is the golf tournament, and the golf tournament should be making a lot of money. So if we look here, I'll read off some of the pricings for the sponsorships for the golf.
I think that's what you were saying with the financials, why they
For
were wrong, because
instance,
I
in this,
forgot
you've got
this money wasn't
Yeah,
adding up.
yeah. This is what I really meant for the money now. So they have various various partnership deals. Legacy recognition, which is $10,000. Gives
Damn.
corporate logo permanently displayed on course signage. Company name is featured throughout the golf tournament. Company recognized at lunch and dinner reception. Reserved table at reception. Banners, sports board, golf carts, tournament app, event website, and a thank you photo gallery post. All going to. There's diamond recognition, 8,000. Platinum recognition, 7,500. Gold recognition, 6,500. Silver
Fuck.
recognition, 3,000. Two some player, 1,500. Single player, and these are just people who want to play. They have to have a pair of two people. You have to pay 1,500
Damn.
for you to singly play in this golf cup. You have to pay 750. If you
You
just
better
wanted to
not get
support it,
whacked.
these guys want you to pay 3.
Fuck, bro. Damn, you can't. How much is a breath? $20? Shit.
That's like it's. And
Damn,
then
bro.
with all of that, they've had various companies do legacy. Various ones do diamond. Various ones do gold, platinum. You can see it if you look into some of their event pictures, because they have the boards posted.
Yeah, I
But
remember seeing like Coke and I think
yeah,
Monster. I think they were
that's what
like
I'm
two of
saying.
them, or Red
Monster
Bull or some
especially.
shit.
Yeah. So they end up having all this, and if you look, check payment, the check payment is to Open Hand Foundation. They had the cup on the Open Hand site, so by all indications, it should show up on the Open Hand Foundation's taxes. However, when when Mutahar is doing the calculations, he finds that the only things that seem to pop up is the what was quote unquote donated um, from Indieland, as well as grants. It doesn't seem like any of the money that is garnered from the cup even shows up, and that's with him being very very nice with a lot of the things. With the way he calculated how much money they would have earned. Because for example, uh, there's they were getting donations not also through YouTube, Twitch, and everything, and he counted those as mostly negligible, which you wouldn't be really able to do it. He also made
Yeah.
Telefy, like he gave them the minimum for the percentage that Telefy was going to be taken off and everything. So even with all these other caveats that he gave them, and again, I definitely emphasize people to watch this video. This one specifically is called "The Completionist Charity Scam Has to Be Investigated," as what he's doing right now is looking through the numbers. Like, it's just, I don't know. Let's be honest. I don't want to take up all the time.
Nah, you're good. Because I was gonna say, I mean, I was trying to think of like ways why maybe it didn't hit the account. I mean, granted, I guess we can't see the account activity during the year. We only get beginning and end numbers, so like the numbers could have shifted insanely during that time. It could have been up a lot, it could have went down a lot, but at the end of the day, only thing I can think is maybe he had his name somewhere on the check to give him like the benefit of the doubt, like CO, like Open Hand Foundation, CO Jirard, whatever his last name was. Um, so then he could deposit it into his personal, or maybe I don't know
But
if he
that's
has
still
a
charity fraud. That still
yo, yeah.
constitutes as charity fraud.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying wrong. I'm just saying why the money wouldn't like show up
Oh
on
yeah,
the
100%. But that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's the only thing I can
That's why
think
we're
of.
saying like that. That's why people are saying that's an issue.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. No, this whole thing is. I thought in the very beginning when I first watched the first video, I was like, why is he showing these financials? Because from what he was trying to say is like the money was just sitting in the account, and I was like, yeah, like it's there. Like it didn't have to be all donated, I guess, right away. But like him saying he was gonna do it, that's like you kind of
So
you're
yeah,
not.
the issue for me, or my fault. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, I was just gonna say you're just going against what you're saying, which would constitute fraud, I believe.
Yeah. And I guess this is where I kind of like don't fully agree, at least in my opinion. Like why? Because if his charity's not doing like research, if his charity's not like they don't have the research, they don't have the like power.
Yeah,
Like if you're saying that you're collecting money for dementia, I expect that money to go into like dementia research, not just be sitting there.
exactly.
Especially after multiple years. Like even if he didn't like mention other charities, if you just say, "Oh yes, I want to donate this money for dementia research," I'm not saying that would constitute charity fraud, necessarily, because the fraud really comes in specifically once he when he names when he continuously names them and saying that it's going
Yeah.
directly to them. He's not going to touch any of it. That's
that
really
was a
where
lie.
the fraud. That's
because I
I
know
mean, yeah,
like
no, they
perception.
literally use some of it to pay for some of the expenses, which I don't think is necessarily.
Yeah, because I mean, any business, charity or not, it's gonna have operating expenses. It's gonna have its revenues. I mean, that's just like very basic business. Every single business has it. Fucking lemonade stand has that shit.
Yeah,
I guess I was just saying like it's not wrong if they had the money in the account. It's when you say you're gonna donate all donations once they hit, that's when the issue arises. But like if he never said that and the money was just sitting in the account, there's not really an issue with that. But at the same
yeah,
time, it's like
not a
it's raising a red
legality
flag.
issue.
Exactly, yeah. But I don't know. It's weird because I also kind of agree with you saying. Like, I feel like if you're gonna be set up as a charity, you should have some sort of way to actually be doing something, not just like a funnel for the money, because that's the way it seems. It just seems like they're taking your money and they're gonna donate it on like for them. Like, what's
Yeah,
the point of
and it's
them?
gonna
Why
be on
can't?
their own time and on their own like
Yeah,
care. They
it's
don't
not like
like it.
they're
Doesn't feel
doing
like they're
anything.
serious about it. And for something like this,
Yeah,
especially when you put your mom's like name all over it and all that,
exactly.
I would hope that
That's a
you'd
big deal.
be serious about it. Yeah.
People just with the bullshit. That's
Yeah. Is uh, but
hey, I could never.
this is one of the banners uh that shows the diamond and platinum supporters. Diamond, Core Master, PBD West, and then platinum Coca-Cola. And that's just for one of the years. There's multiple for various years. Some that even
Mhm.
had more. Some that had uh, some of the legacy sponsorships, things like that.
Yeah, that was. I know we were saying that was Monster, right? That had the legacy.
Yeah, Monster for sure had the legacy. So I saw
I
that they
remember
had
seeing the
tent,
buy.
their own like tent. Freshman.
That's what it was. Yeah, having the tent and shit like that. Because I want to say Coke maybe did, but I couldn't remember. I just remember seeing the claw.
Yeah, I don't necessarily remember all of it. I definitely know Monster and everything definitely had legacy or like one short of what of a legacy, one step. It was one of the, but I'm pretty sure it was legacy just based off reading what a legacy allowed.
I'm still thinking too how they found it, because no disrespect to dude, but in the grand schemes of it, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but like the amount of money in his charity is not that much in like the grand scheme of shit. And like Monster and Coke being such like a billion dollar company, like how the fuck did
Oh,
you
yeah.
see this? That shit still get me, yo.
I will say
Yeah.
I don't know what like prompted them to look into it. I
Mm.
really don't.
Yeah, because it was just
I'm
out the blue.
curious to know what it was, like whether it was like just an anonymous tip to one of them or
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe they said it in the first video, but I can't remember. Someone reached out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what, and I'm just like like you just so I mean I can get it, but like I don't know, it would have to be someone credible enough usually for me to just meet, or even not for me, but for me to assume people would just reach out.
I just
Like,
don't
cause
trust
you
him.
know, or not, you people just reach out, but in the sense of like people reaching out aren't just like bullshitting.
Yeah, like they
To
actually
an
have like
extent,
some
but just
stuff behind it. And it's
yeah,
tough now with like being able to like edit so much shit. I feel like you can easily come up and build a little document saying like, "Yo, look at this fuck shit," and it's actually some fuck shit on there, but it's all like altered.
yeah,
Obviously, this wasn't the case for this, but in general.
100%. All right. Um, I guess lastly, or not really lastly, but additionally, the completionist finally did donate $600,000 to the AFD Foundation, which is the Alzheimer's Foundation.
Finally, I'm glad.
The issue, unfortunately, is that like he's still like that doesn't like absolve him from anything, obviously.
Oh yeah.
However, it still brings up more issues because if he donated all 600,000 in which he reported he still had two other charities that he has to donate to, or it still constitutes charity. I mean, in general, it could have still constituted charity, but him
Oh, if it
donating
already
definitely
happened, yeah.
yeah.
Well, the thing that
But
get me too is
now it's still like he still has to go and oh damn, Giannis sets a new franchise record 64-14.
oh yeah, wait, 14 boards or assists? He not getting
Oh
14
shit,
assists.
14. I think boards. Yeah, 14 boards. But I forgot the Bucks Patriots game was their rematch is about to happen today, because Dame was like
Oh
talking shit to
shit.
Halliburton.
They win? I mean, Giannis could drop 64 and they still lose.
Yeah, I know.
Bucks
They
get
lost last time. Giannis dropped 50 on the Pacers.
Did they lose again?
Well, I don't know actually.
Oh
I'll check
shit.
real quick. Bucks.
I had to little. I think the Pacers won.
Oh no, the
Oh
Bucks.
shit. Oh shit.
The
Oh
Bucks
shit.
did. Bucks win by. God.
Hey, I got love for the Pacers. I got love for the Colts deep down. You know how it is.
I got love for the Tyrese Halliburton Pacers.
Hey,
I love that.
we got love for you too. We got
Nigga,
love.
bro said we. You just live in Indiana sometimes.
Bro, I gotta support something, bro. It's not looking good right now.
Oh man, how many more can we lose? Real quick, who you think gonna have the worst record? The Charlotte Bobcats, that 7 and what you call it season, or
Yeah, I was
the Detroit
listening to
Pistons?
it, bro. Because what'd you say? You did the math and it came out to what, like 9 wins or something like that?
Yeah, it was like 9 wins technically. If you
I'm not gonna compare it to them. I'm gonna compare it to the 76ers, the 2015, 2016 76ers, because they were 10 and 72. I'm pretty sure.
God damn.
Yeah, that was to me, that's the worst team of all time because they played a full season. They had their star player was Jaleel Okafor. I didn't say that shit right. And then
Yeah,
Nerlens Noel. Yeah, they had Isaiah Cannon. Those are the only three players I remember. I think they had some other people that just like young, but I would say I seen on Twitter today too, and someone was just spitting some bullshit. They said that the 2-22 Pistons are gonna make the play, and I said, "What the fuck?" I think ultimately the Pistons are gonna win 13 to 15 games again. Last year they won 17, so I think it's gonna be a little worse. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 25, but that'll be tough. I think 25 is the ultimate cap, but I don't think it'll be less than 10. But if it is, I kind of want to see how long this streak goes on because 26 is the streak. So we
yeah.
getting there. We getting there. I think we're on like 18.
Have you guys
19,
already
something like
broke NBA record for longest losing streak?
Nah, that's 26 games. So I
Oh.
think we got a few more for that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you guys were already at 26 game losing.
Oh nah, I think it's like 18 because they lost the first game, then they won the next game. Then I think they lost the next two, and then they beat the
Yeah.
Bulls. It's 20.
Yeah, they're on 20 right now. Yeah, 2 days ago,
Damn.
Pistons lost at 20.
21 now. We lost tonight.
God.
Yo, it's another way. But I see they have the hardest schedule for the rest of the season. And we played the fucking 76ers. Yo, there you go. It's all good though. I'm having a good time. I don't really watch them anymore because there's nothing that like interests me. Asar is kind of wishy washy. I'm not on what's his name's tip with what he said yesterday with
Marcus
trading us.
Saucer?
Nah, Marcus Sasser kind of fell off. I'm not gonna lie. He was cool at the beginning, but he kind of that torch went away. Like his little insanity run kind of died out.
Yeah.
Someone yesterday was chatting. Who's Gilbert Arenas? He said Asar
Oh,
averaging
yeah. No,
10
he's
points. Yeah, I think Asar's got the best potential on this team than Cade, in my opinion.
Actually, somebody actually like pulled, I think it was Low. He pulled out all the people. Jaylen Brown, Gilbert
Yeah.
Arenas was actually on that list. A 20-year-old rookie who averaged
Jokic.
10.8 points.
Jokic, I don't think he played really. Played like a few games. He was coming like straight off reserves or something like that.
Yeah, no,
Giannis, too.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. There's like plenty of people who are like examples against that.
Yeah,
This man was like, and Gilbert Arenas included. So unless he's saying that that guy has the like Sar only has his ceiling.
Mhm.
And look, I don't think Gilbert Arenas be thinking his ceiling is like that low.
I think he thinks he's the. I don't know if he is a Hall of Famer. I don't think he is, but I think he'd be thinking he's that.
I don't think he does. He thinks he's the just because I remember when he was talking about like money or rings, and he was like, "I don't give a fuck about rings. Give me my money."
Oh, I do remember that clip. Okay. Yeah, I think you might be right.
So I don't think because I'm pretty sure he knows that for a Hall of Famer you usually have to have a chip. He don't care about that.
I don't know why I don't shit.
Let's continue on, and then we'll be wrapped up. So, as we were saying earlier, Completionist did donate. Technically, he still does fall under the. He still does fall under the charity fund, even if you take off the AFD charity. There's still two other charities he still has to donate to really like fight that, and he still is probably going to be audited because I'm pretty sure multiple people supported him.
In which he deserves to be.
Yes, he very much deserves to be. There's still a most likely sum of money missing, mostly from what should be that golf tournament, as well as even like a little bit of because and if I still have it, but literally in one of the parts, you can see that when he was calculating the money, the guy
the amount missing.
Jirard had already went up, like past.
I think, yeah, I want to say it was like 171 or something like that, thousand.
Yeah,
Something
it
insane.
was like something
yeah.
like it was 170 something. So he was already passing the money he had said that he got from that year, and that was before Mutahar started before he started calculating all the extra stuff that would have been from the golf tournament. And again, he's only calculating sponsors and advertising he found from the picture. That doesn't necessarily mean that's all of the ones at that entire. He looked at the pictures that event was posted, that event posted, and he used those sponsors.
How many days was the event too? Because if it was like a few
I think
days,
it was 1 or 2. Most likely, it was in days.
I'm
Like
guessing
1 or
though.
2 days. I'm pretty sure it was
price-
1 because they said they're serving lunch and dinner.
Oh, okay. And I guess the price probably would be included for like the entire extent. It wouldn't be like you pay daily, but
Yeah,
if it like multiple stops, I don't know how that shit worked exactly, but
100%.
it's money be
But,
had.
We're 100% privy to it. But essentially, that's that portion. Jirard ends up responding to him, actually. Let's see if we can get a little bit of this. I haven't watched this specific video, but I'm pretty sure that this guy usually uses clips often.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was trying to figure out what channel this was.
Yeah. He's another commentary channel along with points that are going to an extent. So they cover a lot of intersecting.
Hey, so
I
to get you
can't-
confused.
I can't find the clip. I know I can find it. Mutahar.
Hey, while you look, I keep everyone entertained. So how was y'all's day today? Hopefully it was good. I personally I didn't do too much. I went to work. I had nothing really crazy happen. Shit, I made a sandwich, so I guess if that's crazy, you can count that. Then we hit the gym. I hit arms. My shits was thumping the whole time. Them is just sore right now, but I had to get a little pump in, a little pump. Came back, had some chicken, had some rice, made a little salad on the side. Um, shit, what else I do? Oh, now we here, but other than that, bro, I just kicked it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all's days was eventful. Did you find the? No, you're still looking.
I mean, I got it.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, it's
Leave how
just
y'all's
loaded.
day was in the comments.
Tight. All right. We're gonna start a little bit behind.
Expenses.
As for what the costs are to run an event like this, there are event organizers, venue expenses, crafts and catering, event dinners, support staff, production equipment, rentals, event branded merchandise, security, insurance, and
So you clearly know that you're itemizing your expenses. Like, for instance, the golf charity, which he claims, hey, listen, we have to pay for insurance. We have to pay for security. We have to pay for the event venue. You know what that is? That's itemizing your expenses. So instead of writing, I spent $5,000 in a golf tournament in 2023, break that shit down. Tell us, you're a public charity. This should be given. You should be breaking this down, especially when it comes to
fact. That's a
running
big
a
fact.
charity like this. Why you have not provided any receipt is insane. So throughout this investigation too, he claims that it's not illegal to hold funds. And no one claimed that it's actually illegal to hold funds. What the claim here is you never made it readily apparent that you were stockpiling for a restricted donation. Clearly to the audience you were soliciting these public donations from. Had you done this, there would be no story. He plays a portion of my video where I bring up the 5% rule to private foundations, and then he talks and questions that, hey, we're actually a public charity, so this doesn't apply to us. How can I, Jirard, reasonably believe that they were a public charity, when their own filings in 2021, 2022 didn't even reflect that? He releases some letter today thinking that it's supposed to exonerate him. A, I'm not a clairvoyant. I don't know that letter until today. And also, even looking at that letter, like I mentioned at the beginning, there's other questions that are raised. According to your filings now, because of that letter you released, why don't your 2021 and 2022 filings reflect a change to a public charity? Why don't you specifically mention that you were under a 60-month termination period throughout the years that you were under that 60-month termination period? These are questions that I have to ask. Again, Jirard can say clerical errors, but that's why audits happen, because there are fucking clerical errors, and they need to not be clerical errors. So then there's another situation here too. He claims that not a dollar raised from Indieland ever went to benefit him, clearly contradicting how he used those Twitch donations to offset the event expenses, despite clearly claiming he never touched any of that money and it all went to charity. Again, how can anyone take that shit differently whatsoever? He spends the next part of this getting like visibly heated, and he mentions charity fraud and starts mentioning other allegations too, like embezzlement and the forgery. But again, I want to just whittle this back to the definition of charity fraud. Again, misrepresented statements during Indieland are incredibly serious. And going back to even the one statement he made about the UCSF and them being the main funding partners, that clearly contradicts what the Open Hand wrote to us. Again, he keeps mentioning embezzlement when that wasn't even the point. No one is claiming that you're embezzling or even cooking the books. Hand raises money, and
I also want to play the portion in which Mutahar has a compilation of clips of which he basically like continuously says, and this is of this year in November, where this guy continuously talks about how he was going to be giving money to these charities.
Shit was listening. It was about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like he was listing it a month and a half ago, and then that nigga got caught, and he's acting like he got his hands up, like, yo, shit, nigga got caught with his pants down. Now he acting like he don't see his cock. That's crazy.
Hey, shit, I'm looking.
of games and raise money for charity. And so he was like, I wish we had a charity that we could donate to. And I was like, oh, I run my own charity called the Open Hand Foundation, and all the money that we aggregate. I started it when I was a young boy with my dad in honor of my mom who had dementia. And so we just every year we try to raise as much money as possible, and then we go work with Alzheimer's Association of America, University of San Francisco, Association for FTD, which is what my mom had, FTD. So we've like worked with big and small organizations across the board. And he was like, it'd be really cool if we did a show all about raising money for people who are making huge headways in dementia research and prevention and all that stuff. And I said, yeah, I'd love to. We have the organization to do it. We just, need to come up with a theme. And so
this is what I don't understand. Why can't he respond to this exact clip even? This is well after, around Indieland 2023, after he's found out about this mishandling of money, okay? The fact that the money hasn't been going anywhere. Why does he continue to list actual names of these charities, by and large, while behind the scenes, as of like, what, a month ago? The actual written correspondence by Jirard Khalil literally came out and said to us that they were still evaluating charities, okay? Even Jirard admitted to us, I'm looking as forward as donating this money as soon as I can.
I literally am about to like donate all this money today, and prior to that, earlier this week and the week before, and I've just been sitting here crippled trying to figure out the best way to handle this, because I felt like if I donated the money the minute you guys emailed me, it'd be a situation of, well, he's trying to hide it and he's admitting guilt by doing that. And right. I never felt that way, but I understand completely that you guys could easily argue that, and it would just make me look more like a scumbag.
So in this response, despite Jirard and his team chalking up these clerical errors, and even if they are financially and legally in the right, somehow he just still steps away from the organization.
All right. I think that basically kind of sums up everything that we've kind of said and that we talked about, and kind of gets anything in. Johnny, if you have any, I'm gonna let you say any closing stuff first.
I mean, there wasn't anything necessarily that, like, I guess after what we kind of doubled up on jumped out. But the one thing I guess I did want to say, just because I don't know, I don't want y'all to be thinking auditors are the bad guys, since that's what I do. I'm an auditor. So he did say audits happen because of clerical errors. I don't know personally with the IRS how they do their audits, but I will say, just so y'all know, audits are, if you're a public company and you have more than 100 employees, you're audited every year. That's just guidelines. If you have less, it's every 3 years. So don't feel like if you see a company's audited, it's not a bad thing. The tax returns, that's different. So I just wanted to say keep that in mind. But other than that, I think we covered a lot of shit. We covered pretty much like everything that was going on. But if y'all do want like a more in-depth breakdown, definitely tap into all 3 videos. They'll give you the best breakdown, and then from there, shit, there's probably even more people talking about it than just these 3. So you can definitely find the information out there if
Yeah,
you're curious.
for sure. Within within this video that I was playing, my response to the completionist, he actually
Yeah.
brings up a video that another county side
Hey,
was
we love that.
let me see if I can pull up a little bit of how he looks. Yeah, right here. The certified gaming account.
He looked
The
like an accountant. I
CGA
ain't gonna lie.
audits Jared's response.
Oh, he's a CPA. I
And
can't really shit on
I
him.
won't play it just because he said he didn't really do anything. He didn't wanna like say anything crazy, because obviously a lot of these are just allegations. So he has to
Yeah.
like make sure to like mind his words and everything. Because
It's
obviously
tough
he's
too
not
when you're a
suing the
CPA. You can lose your license for doing some shit like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he didn't wanna cast any aspersions. Especially since he's not that big on YouTube yet to do that.
Hey, once he hits the 10K, what's he at right now? Is he at 27?
23.
Once he hits 1K, he'll do it.
Yeah,
It's
1K.
like
He don't care.
it's the
Get that
1,000 subscriber
monetization.
special. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
That
we
special
both
gonna be
working that
crazy.
way.
He gonna be drinking on company time. I already see it now. This man gonna have Bud Light in his
He
hand.
gonna crack that bitch. He gonna leave a Zoom meeting. It's gonna be like 4:45. He's gonna think he doing some shit. Be like, yo, it's not 5. I'm
It's not
drunk. Hey.
All right. I guess for me, for this situation, man. Like I said, I've always already like not been the most fondest of charities and things like that. Like since a fairly young age. Other examples of charities / organizations have done that, something similar, although I would argue that they're more egregious. That comes to mind. The first one would be BLM, not the movement, but like the organization that came after the movement,
I was thinking
that
that too.
basically cannibalized that movement in order to enrich themselves. But yeah, I don't think they qualify as a charity, so they're not required to donate. It's just there's a lot of things that like are a lot of nuances between like tax systems, tax codes,
Yeah.
and various other stuff that people just don't understand. People just don't know, and you could argue to an extent that that's what Jirard's case was, but as mentioned early, he knew about all these things at least for a year, if we're just being generous, at least for a year and a half. And he, as Mutahar said, they had emailed him and said that they weren't working with anybody. They said that they sent that to him in that letter. However, on November 4th, 2023, he continued to still use other charities' names within the advertisement. So, at what point can you say it was purposeful? Because if he had already got in contact, if he already knew the money was just sitting in his account, how much benefit of the doubt do you give someone? I guess is my
I truly want to know even what his argument would have been if he said he didn't. Like, how the fuck would you
He
not know?
so what Mutahar said is that his argument is that there is he didn't argue charity fraud within the entire
Right.
thing. He mentions it, like within his response, he mentions it one time. He mentions the idea of it, but he doesn't go into charity fraud. He acts like Mutahar was putting other things on him, like embezzlement, things like that, which is
Yeah,
why he
just
brought
like
up all of those things. It was more as a smoke and mirrors type thing,
trying
because
to just like a
none
bunch
of
of
that
money.
was mentioned within those 40-minute videos. No never embezzlement mentioned.
Yeah, that's what. Because we were talking about that earlier. He just like lumped a bunch of like extra allegations on there, just like patting his stats a little bit.
Yeah, patting his stats is crazy. That nigga say, yeah, before I go to jail, I'm a and let them know what I'm in here for. It's not just the
Exactly.
I also
So, yeah,
embezzle.
I was accused for it all. Check my stats.
Check the tapes. His tapes missing like the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game tape.
You got like a 3-minute audio clip or some shit like that. That's apparently from the night of.
That oh my god. To wrap up, I want to thank you guys for coming out and listening to the podcast. I want to thank my guest Johnny for coming onto the podcast.
Appreciate you, my boy. Of course. Always.
And again, don't forget to listen to his podcast. Say the name again for them, Johnny boy.
Financial Fitness every Thursday at 9 a.m. You know, we get tapped and we get financially fit.
Oh shit. That's technically this podcast is going to be coming after his podcast. So if you guys listen to this one first, tap into his shit.
Don't worry, I got episodes recorded. I'm leaving on Saturday. Today is technically now it's December 14th. I'll leave the 16th, but I have episodes all the way through December 28th done. So
you better be.
Exactly, we're gonna have this shit ready, so y'all can tap in whatever. I think this next upcoming episode, I definitely had a fun time recording it. I want to say it was on like the ROI of yourself, investing in yourself. So I talk about things like going to college, things like starting your own business. So if any of that's interesting, that's the latest episode, I'm assuming. So go tap in with that one.
All right. That's a bet. All right. And this is Nah and Johnny tapping out.
Be easy.
What's up?
That was the Just Talking Podcast.